Hello everyone, my name is Bao Hoang and I'm your speaker today. In Vietnam, the word học, meaning studying or schooling, often associated with one word. Do you know that word? That's a đi, meaning go to school or đi học. So when using the word đi học or go to school, we define learning as going to a specific location and a fixed period, and we must go there to learn. Like go to school, primary school, secondary school, high school, university, academy, and it also like fixed with a period. Normally it will last in like 15 or 18 years, and then sometime more. But then, all of a sudden, it comes to an end. We stop learning. So the word đi, go, is now moved to modify after another word, làm, meaning work. So from our graduation, we đi làm. It means that we go to work. And from studying to working, from theory to practice, from school to life, from diploma to position, from grades to salary. So it seems like that our life had completely turned into a new chapter. And we approach the second phase with a whole new perception that we're done with learning. Now's the time to plunge into life and earn a living. So there are many students here, and I believe that like me, many of you are very eager to finish your school life, to go to work, right? I used to be like that, and I'm very disappointed about myself, mostly. I think that most of students who have just graduated from college and started working, including myself, are very surprised when exposed to the real work, because the actual job requirement and the skill set that the job requires are very different from what we have learned. That's why we keep learning on job. So that's time you may or may not realize that we haven't done yet with learning. Like, yeah, you guys can't just break up like that. We still have to stay in a very complicated relationship with learning. So instead of dividing your life into two phases, go to school and go to work, I started to think that I will divide my life into two stages. First is paying to go to school, and second is learning and getting paid by your boss, by your job. So when I have divided my life into two phases like that, I see no difference, no disappointment, no struggling between the transitional falling point, graduation, job change, promotion, opening my new company, failure, unemployment, and then repeat. All are different subjects that I have to learn to deal with. And I already defined myself as a lifelong learner. So defining myself as a lifelong learner is the biggest achievement of mindset that I have acquired at the age of 30 that I want to share with you as a motivation. It's may not my motivation at first, I have to admit, but that's what I have discovered along the journey of a lifelong learner. And that's why I would like to share with you. And I hope that you can make these become your motivations to define yourself as a lifelong learner as sooner as better. So, the first reasons, lifelong learnings will help you to do better with your quarter life and middle life crisis. In my case, I used to be a gifted student in the literary major in the middle school, and a mathematics major in the high school. I chose to study architectural drawing in high school too, and I graduated with an excellent degree at Foreign Trade University. And now I'm currently the CEO of an entertainment, talent management, and media company. So it sounds great, right? But as you can see, it takes me through a lot of different fields with tons of confusion when I change in my path. I think that's a common stress in young adult age, like 16, 20, 25, 30. And we often call it the quarter life crisis. That confusion comes from not being sure what I am studying right now is will needed for my future or not. And whether it's okay for me to have more than one hobby or one major or not. Or do I become a failure? A lack of future planner for just constantly changing my path because I don't know what to do with my future. I think what a lot of people here have been going through. So, why I say lifelong learner will help you to do better with quarter life or middle life crisis. Because the falling point at the youth stage are often associated with confusions about the choice of future. So identify yourself as a lifelong learner who have you two things. First, is to have a knowledge base and a skill set to make more correct choice for future. Second, and I think more important, is that even if you fail with the first choice and you decided to make the second one, you will understand that whatever you learn at the first choice, whatever lesson you take, is never useless because you are a lifelong learner. I used to spend 3 years joining drawing and art class. It seemed very unrelated to my future. But now when I become the CEO of marketing and fashion company, I understand, I think that ability to in coloring, in layout, in the fashion sense and the aesthetic is what I'm grateful for the years that I take the crayon and pencil to join in the class of drawing. So according to the statistics of the Ministry of Labor, War and Values and Social Affairs in 2020, there's more than 51% of students graduated, just like me, and I think many of you do not do the right profession that they were trained. So if you think that going to school or university are enough for the next life choice, unfortunately, the answer is no. Secondly, I think lifelong learning is a way for you to have a healthy and balanced mind. Why? Imagine that you are assigned a job or season with many requirements, many challenges beyond your knowledge and your skill set. It's forcing you to improve yourself more to meet the requirement of the job. How do you feel facing the problems? Excited? But still worrying that you will ruin the jobs, right? That's how I felt when I became the CEO at the age of 26. The requirement of the job are very high, and the competitiveness of the industry has forced me to accelerate myself to lead the company and to meet the job requirements. And with the mindset of a learner, I managed not to see the difficulties and the obstacles, but as the new lessons that I am learning, and I'm very excited to learn and to discover. This is a perspective that not only helped me to stay positive, but also keep me to stay calm and to manage myself better, and giving me a very proactive attitude toward every single challenge I face in my life. I still remember in 2018, when I have an opportunity to accompany Miss Universe Vietnam, her Hania, to attend the Miss Universe in Thailand. She ended up in top 5. But I remember that I personally took advantage of my time to travel many times between my locations and the state production venue, just to take note of every single thing I can. Like about the production, the organization, the backstage, the sounds and lighting arrangement, everything, every single thing. I wonder how they can organize such a perfect production. And I taken the lessons for produce the national version of Miss Universe. And that's why I'm so proud that the production of Miss Universe Vietnam recently is one of the best production, the best localized production edition of Miss Universe around the world. Third, I think lifelong learning is a time treatment, just like anti-aging skincare product, which is the most selling skincare product of all time, the anti-aging, I think, because all of us want to fight with time, with aging. But lifelong learning doesn't help you to travel back to times, I'm sorry, but to catch with the present innovation and the future technology. I mean, internet, big data, and automation, artificial intelligence, machine learning are flattening the world and taking away the job of humans. The world is constantly changing with many new things. It's more convenient, it's more modern, it's faster, it's closer. And the footage of future that we used to see in the movies is happening right now in front of our eyes. But at the same time, the generation gap, therefore, are also deepened. We used to divide the generation by a cycle of 15 years into the generation X, Y, and Z. But now, I personally think that 5 years is enough to create a huge gap in digital adaptability and to meet the new job requirement. So the only choice we can make is to learn to respond with and to adapt with. You need to find your own role in the ever-changing system, the stream, by flowing with the flow of wisdom. I mean, respond to it. New jobs are born and require new skill every day. How can you deal without learning? No way. I used to work in many places, many companies, and all the leaders are talking about like digital transformation. They say we have to add more machine, to buy more software, to more technology applications, digital storage and processes, all adding more and more external things. But they totally forget that the word transformation is something that comes from inside. And the most important thing to change, to make a digital transformation, is your mindset. I mean, if we use technologies, we apply everything, data, machine, technology, software, storage, processes. But we are backward in thinking about how to apply it. Only machine will leave us. And there is no transformation here, I swear. Last but not least, there's a fact that the brain, like any cells in the body, need exercise. Neurons are like a bunch of muscles, like your bicep, your chest, or your belly. You need a lot of practice to develop and shape it in form. Okay, if you are a gym person, you will understand that the principles of the muscle training is to tear the bundle of your muscles to create a signal of damage, to continuously regenerate cells, for that muscle to be nourished and to rebuild bigger and stronger. And for the brain, you need to constantly create in space, signaling curiosity and filling it with the new knowledge. Is it the process to make it and to maintain and to develop a healthy brain? It's also help you to limit the neurological diseases such as Alzheimer's or dementias, old age. So, standing here today, I confidently sharing it with you. I have gone through a lot of confusions to know that I still continue to be confused in the future. And I have learned a lot to know that I still have a lot to learn. And thanks to my unlimited curiosity, that's only make me want to find new horizon, new challenge, and new knowledge. And once I realized the path of being a lifelong learner, I found myself is very relaxed and very busy at the same time. I'm rushing because there's something new out there and I need to learn and I'm very excited. I'm relaxed because even though I don't know what I will do with that lessons, I still enjoy the journey of learning. So back to what we start at the beginning. I share with you about the term go to school, đi học. I think learning is an on journey. It's not a destination. It's not like to pick up a mountain. It's only end when you're done with breathing, with thinking, with wandering. Just like the most famous quote from Descartes, and my favorite quote also. I think, therefore I am. So when I define learning as breathing, at a lifetime career, I will not wait to go to anywhere, anytime to study, or think that I have reached the age, the limit age, the end of school age, that I am done with learning. I just keep doing this. Technologies and books, online courses, and live mentors, events, and platforms like TED give us the opportunities to learn without waiting, and it's never too late. So I really hope, that if you found the motivation of learning for your life, I mean, for being a lifelong learner, I hope you see that we have just started, and it's still on, and don't wait. Thank you.